You've never played Roblox before? I don't fucking believe you. I don't fucking believe. I reckon you've got a character on there right now. I reckon you're dual boxing. On here and on Roblox. The thing that I kind of like about Roblox is how there are those creators, I guess, who make the games and stuff, and they get like a cut of money. So technically, if you like made a really popular viral game for the kiddies, you could make bank. Technically. I'm pretty sure there are some people who've actually done that. Ow. I swear to God, if we kill all of these dingbats and you don't get the drop, I'm quitting. What is your luck? What is this? Floofy. There's been some creators that have made actual games in it, like actual games. I've seen people who've made like Call of Duty knockoffs and stuff like that. God damn it! I was gonna get all cozy in my slippers for streaming. But Bear has stolen my slippers. You fucking dog, I see you over there. Gnawing on my slipper. It's fine. He can't ruin them. They're already fucking ruined. Hey, Stammer, did they make Final Fantasy 14 in Roblox? They probably could. And Breakout's Tetris, Puyo Puyo, and Suika game in it. Apparently that Eventide or whatever it's called is out. Yeah, but I ain't being funny or anything, Stammer. I kind of just don't have any interest. Yeah? I've committed to Eden. For my era fix, I've committed to Eden. To the point where Eventide would have to be fucking incredible and make some real, like, sweeping changes for me to even install it, frankly. I've already got like 4 different fucking installs of Final Fantasy XI on my computer. I don't need another one. I think I still have Horizon installed, for God's sake. Vintage Story? I don't know what that is. Apparently it's good. Eventide is ass? Why so, Ayato? Why so? Hit me with your angry video game nerd style review. Eventide is ass! Who made this game? Fred Fox? I'm not 100% well, if you can tell from sort of the waver in my voice, so I apologize. I'm not feeling great right now. I have a bit of a chesty cough. But I'm doing my very best to kind of mute myself before I cough each time. Eventide doesn't look like anything I'd play anyway. Yeah, I'm not interested. I've always said that I'll give a private server a fair shout, but like, how many times am I going to play the same game? You know, they'd have to do something very remarkable for me to give it a try, you know? What class am I training? I'm not training anything. Kiko's alt is here, Parfait. Who's trying to get her bat scales, and I'm helping. But after that, we're going on Paladin. I am training my divine magic. It's level 18. Oh! It's level 18, which is way more than I've ever gotten it. Because my boxing, I know. I know. You should see how quickly she backpedaled too. She went from, I hate multi-boxers, scum of the earth, to like, I can see the value in multi-boxing. It was a complete 180. What was that? She's stealing though? Fucking... Come back, Zinc! Because people are trying to reinvent and balance a 20-year-old game that even the original devs couldn't balance. I think with 11, you just need to scrap the concept of balance. Yeah? That's where Horizon went wrong. They tried to balance everything around the concept of DPS, tank, and healer, which doesn't work. You need to forego the concept of balance with 11 and focus more on just letting the classes realize their power fantasy. Yeah? I don't think the power fantasy for Red Mage was ever sit in the corner and cast Refresh. Yeah? The fact that what you should do with something like Red Mage is make it more about the swordsmanship, the end spells, the enhancing magic on top of the enfeebling magic, you know? Separate it from White Mage in that regard. Make their cures weaker. Do something like that. Make their cures weaker, but buff other things. That's why Eden the best. I do think out of all the servers currently going, Eden is the best. Play retail then? I do play retail. I play both. It's Spook! Alright, Spook, you big bitch. Have it. Look at this guy, like a fucking garbage bag in the wind. Yeah. We're gonna go 1 for 1, boys. We're gonna go 1 for 1. Damn. I should have known. I should have known I was with Shalistay, which means we don't get any items ever. She is about to get clapped by boner boys. Oh no, they're on me. It's fine. The changes they made don't look interesting to me. Same with Horizon. The changes made. Yeah, Horizon's changes are the worst. Horizon's changes are legitimately like 100% the opposite of what I would have done. The only change they made on Horizon that I agree with is giving Paladins end light sooner. That's the only change I agree with. But yeah, we play on retail. Admittedly, lately I've been playing mostly Eden, but I've actually been enjoying my time on retail lately. It's been fun. I've been sidewindering the shit out of every bird I see. I unlocked Chatteroon the other day. We finally got Chatteroon. All we need now is Extend Mill-S, and I've got my dream party together. I need to get more boxing, but I can't see myself ever really doing it. I don't have the attention span for it. I can almost, I can kind of respect people who can do it. Because, like, I could never. I can barely focus on one character. Don't give me, like, 4 or 5 to pay attention to at once. There's no way that's happening. But to be fair, a lot of the time they're running scripts anyway, so that kind of devalues it. As far as I know, Kiko isn't running any scripts, so... I mean, look at that onion dagger, though. God damn. I wish you could use send on Eden. They'll ban you. What's send? Do you guys like the little radio graphic I made? Oh, I didn't make it. I stole it. What am I saying? Made. Added to the stream, not made. Don't pay any fucking attention to that. I put it on for when I plan to be more just chill with music. So people get an idea of the vibe. I was going to get a way cooler one, but Pinterest decided that it wanted me to turn off my ad blocker. And I was like, nope. Just send text commands to your alt and it'll do whatever you typed up. Oh, really? That sounds cool. Like, I'll be honest with you, I really don't hate the concept of playing multiple characters at once. What I hate is the idea of paying $13 6 times for the privilege. Plus, I play in full screen borderless windowed, so I don't want to be alt-tabbing all the time. Yes! We did it! Make sure she's got inventory room. If you walk out of here without these scales, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, let's get the fudge out of here. I would sneak an invisible you, but I didn't buy those scrolls. I'm the worst white mage in the game. White mage on a budget, baby. I still don't even have Kiraga. That said, I am pretty confident. My Paladin is only level 6. I'm pretty confident I'm at the Divine Magic cap, or at least very close. So I can actually be sort of capped on my Divine Magic. At an early level. I've never done that before. Banish might actually be worth casting. I think with regards to multi-boxing, especially on retail, if you've got the money and, you know, the game brings you a lot of joy, I'd say go for it, but at the same time, I also really feel like it shouldn't be a requirement. And I do think some people feel like it's a requirement, you know? I have like no mana. I could have brought my gear and like clobbered our way out, but I didn't actually plan on coming here. I was just casually training my divine magic in Ron 4. And she's like, I want to go and get orcish scale mails. Alright. I got his attention. Can I? They're annoyingly accurate for low-level mobs. Oh, come on. Come on. The sitting evasion. Oh, it'll never hit me. You fuck it. That was the last tick. You absolute piece. Time to give him the old one fist. 3. Surely we can live. Suck my What a clown. Undead are really cool in Final Fantasy XI. Blood Saber, Blood Saber, Blood Saber, Blood Saber. He did it again! Kill this man! For the love of God! I really feel like an AoE life drain is a bit much. Am I the only one who thinks that? I remember my first ever character on Guild Wars 1 was a Necromancer. And the first elite I got on him, the first elite skill was called Life Transfer. And all it did was you'd target an area, and everything in that area would get like a -5 dot on them. But for every -5 dot, you got like a +5 heal over time. So all I would do is find the biggest groups I could, throw it out, and then just run into them, throwing like health sacrifice spells to obliterate them. Because my health just kept going up. That sounds OP. There is a cap. I think it caps at a certain amount of region. The way caps in that game work is like it'll cap at, say, I think it's +10. So it caps at like +10. But then if you get hit with any DOTs, for instance, the cap replenishes. So if you get say +15 and you get hit with a -7. No wait, that's not a good What's the best way to explain it? Basically, it takes into account, it'll only give you +10 health regen. But if you ever drop lower than that, but you still technically have more, it'll just stay at 10. So you can get like +30, +40 to counteract being DOT'd. Like, yeah, I think it's 10 or 12. I think you can make it 12 with certain trickeries. That was the first elite I got. Not out of choice. It was the first one I came across. It always makes me sad how, like, the most fun thing you can do on Necromancer in that game is raise a little minion army. Like, seriously. Once you get Aura of the Lich and other spells and just raise your own little minion army, that's the fun Necromancer. Especially if you use heroes, your own heroes, and have 3 Necromancers, all with the same skill set. Then you can have 30 minions. And it's so much fun just watching them wade in. The downside is that later on, they made a lot of content that was like anti-Minion Master. So they made a lot of content where they just throw out, you know, divine magic left and right. And a lot of things don't leave behind corpses, so you can't raise dead, etc. Which sucks. I really feel like it kind of sucked some of the fun out of the idea of Necromancer. Because most high-level Necromancers in that game are using like curses and things, and just stuff I find boring. Like, oh, they've cursed me. Yeah, great. I want to raise a minion army. That's what I want to do with Necromancer. You don't need corpses, just be the corpse. I remember there used to be a way you could, like, skip half the fucking game by using Necrotic Traversal, which is a spell that teleports you to the nearest corpse. And there used to be, like, a part where there's this cliff that's, like, the next entire zone. And normally you'd have to go through the whole area, killing everything, blah, blah, blah. But you can pull one mob to the top of this cliff, kill it, and then teleport onto its corpse. And you, like, skip, like, 2 whole zones doing that. I don't know if they ever fixed that, but I always found that funny. That's the stuff I liked about Guild Wars 1. The fact that there was so many, like, janky, weird things you could do with the sheer abundance of weird skills. Like, if you like weird skills, that game is the place to be. Next minute created corpses off themselves from detonating themselves. I always liked how NPC minion masters were always just so much better than a regular, like a player, because they were so good at micromanaging their minions that whenever a minion dropped to low health, they'd pummel it with, like, putrid explosion and stuff to make it explode and just do 1,000,000,000 damage. Last day to play that? Yeah, Guild Wars 1 is an absolute blast. It's my favorite incantation of a ranger. I think ranger from Guild Wars 1 might be my favorite class of all time. With the possible exception of, like, D&D classes. Guild Wars 1 ranger, to me, is just peak. I do that too, but on myself, and use Assassin to Shadows. Assassin is OP, though. I never liked Assassin. Assassin always felt like it had way too many, like, it could do everything better than anyone else. I always felt like Assassin needed a bit of a nerf, if I'm honest with you. More than it ever got. It got a few. The thing about Guild Wars 1 that's cool is that all of the classes are OP. If you've got the right build, all of the classes are OP. Except pre-change Mesmer. Mesmer, before they changed it, was total shit. And then they changed how it works, and now it's like the best class in the game. Playing Self was so dumb in PvP. This is playing a ninja in 11. To run up to someone and Mijin Gakure. I like how I say that like it's a French word. Like it's a French phrase. And it's all... How is it? Is it Mijin Gakure? I just say Mijin Gakure. Sounds like a fucking chocolate. Oh, would you like a Mijin Gakure? But no, I can't sing Guild Wars 1's praises enough. There are things I think about that game that are terrible. I do really feel like Nightfall is awful. Everyone loves Nightfall. I think Nightfall is terrible. Especially from a story standpoint. I think the Nightfall story is one of the worst stories in a... I'm hesitant to call it an MMO, but let's call it an MMO for the sake of argument. Nightfall is awful. Factions is a bit better, but Factions suffers from... You spend most of the game in, like, shacks. Everything just looks like cardboard boxes. Genuinely, I think Prophecies is the best. Prophecies is wild. You go from so many different like environments and biomes and things. I love Prophecies. Prophecies is like, oh, you start out in the coolest pre-searing, which is the coolest shit ever. Then you go to post-searing, where everything's been destroyed. And then you go to the snowy mountains. And then you go to the tropical seaside area. And then you go to the jungle. And then you go to the volcano. Like, there's so much going on with Prophecies. I love Prophecies. You compare that to, like, Factions or Nightfall, where it's a lot of the same biomes and a lot of the same environments. I just don't think it feels as much like a sort of globe-trotting adventure, you know? Prophecies feels like a globe-trotting adventure. I love Prophecies. Eye of the North is okay, but Eye of the North, I think... Eye of the North's biggest problem is... I don't know. I genuinely don't know what Big Eye of the North's problem. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I genuinely can't pinpoint why. I just don't really care for it. I feel like it's the Eye of the North doesn't really feel like its own thing. It feels more like you know how in The Sims 4 you get the big expansions and then you get like the content packs or whatever that are like very small selections of like furniture and stuff. Nothing that actually changes the game, but like it just feels like Nightfall is that kind of thing. It does have some stuff that changes the game up a bit, but especially the heroes, but I don't know. It feels small. Anyway, that's my Guild Wars 1 rant. I love that game. That's why I didn't like Guild Wars 2 as much. I was so disappointed in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 like felt like such a step backwards. Guild Wars 1 was like, here's your class, here's 70 million skills, and you can choose from any of them in any order. To Guild Wars 2, where it was like, okay, you have 5 skills tied to each weapon, but you can weapon swap, so technically you have 10. It's like, that just does not feel as customizable, as interesting, as deep, you know? And again, I think it falls under the umbrella of just making games easier, making games simpler. Make your MMOs as mindless as possible. That's the flavor, apparently. And I have to wonder, like, if you play an MMO in this day and age, why do you do it? Yeah, why do you play MMOs? Do you play them just to sort of like mindlessly turn your brain off? Because I could think of 101 other genres that would do that better. Yeah, play mobile games. Play Pokemon Go like I do. That turns my brain off. Go play fucking Flappy Bird. I think MMOs are a genre that need to be challenging. They need to be. Because if they're not, everyone gets to the end, finishes everything, and is done. Which is the problem 14 has. People say, oh, you know, 14's amazing and everything, but what they do is they get to the end, and then there's a massive drought of players because people leave. Because there's nothing left to do until the next expansion. Or the next patch. You know? That's the problem 14 has. MMOs are a genre that need to be challenging. They need to be difficult. Or not even difficult. They don't need to be a death march. I think 11 is a bit too much of a death march sometimes. I think EverQuest can fucking blow me. I think There are a lot of genres. I'm gonna cough. Hang on one sec. Okay. I think I'm okay. I think... Don't do that face at me. Fucking EverQuest is the worst. I was 100% on board with EverQuest. Literally, I was having a good time with EverQuest. All up to the point where fucking those crocodiles ran away from me. The moment mobs started running away from me, I lost all interest. Good news, everyone! The heat death of the universe is not inevitable. More... When it comes to Farnsworth, there's one quote that I really like from him that I think not many people do, which is, or remember, which is, these weapons of, what is it? These weapons of mass destruction are far too dangerous to keep around here. I'll be much happier not knowing where they are. I think what it is they want their fan base to brain dead content while they talk to their e-friends and file their nails. That is the 14 way. Doomsday devices, that's it, Stammer, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't quite remember the... I haven't watched Futurama a long time, but that quote, you know, kind of stuck with me. I remembered the gist of it, because it did tickle me. My favourite bit of the entirety of Futurama, though, will always be, "You haven't heard the last of Barbados Slim. Now goodbye forever." I remember when I was like 15 or something, 16, something like that. I was around a friend's for a sleepover. We would play, play like Guitar Hero all night and all that stuff. And I was like asleep, and I was just coming to, like the next morning, I was just waking up. And my friends were already up, and they were watching Futurama on morning television, because it was on morning television in the UK on E4. They were watching Futurama, and that part happened, and I just started giggling uncontrollably. I was just laying there, like half asleep, like. You haven't heard the last of Barbados Slim. Now goodbye forever. The heat of the universe and the next world Farnsworth.
Rosebud frozen peas.
Full of country goodness and green penis.
Wait, that's terrible. I quit.
I learned that the cosmological constant might not be constant and they need to look into it more. Oh. I'm not being funny with you, damn it. This is the wrong stream for such intellectual pursuits. Tell me more about video games. 14 isn't a video game, it's a social media platform. It's the emotes and outfits and non-stuff to keep people coming back. I think that's true to an extent. I do think there is a large portion of players who do actually play it for the game. Okay. Because, it's apples and oranges. What I don't like, someone else does. But those people often leave when the content is over. And the people who are left are the people who treat it like a social media platform. Until the next patch or the next, big expansion. Anyway, it's time. Also, where's my money from Professor Farnsworth or whatever his name is? I reached level 30. I'm supposed to get, money off him. I need that money. I feeds my kids with it. Paladin! Look at that unit. Look at that unit. And my divine magic is capped! Capped! Find me someone who hasn't unlocked Flash yet that's got capped divine magic at level 6 Paladin. You can't do it. Right, I think I'm carrying all the stuff I was originally carrying anyway. Let's get rid of this. Come back, Zinc! We'll store those. Okay. Bind. Spaffer. Spaffer's level 9, that's not bad. So where Guild Wars 1... Oh god, you guys are moving too fast. Hang on. So where Guild Wars 1 Ranger microwaving enemies to death with 5 MP cost, heat waves and firestorms. Look, that's the thing I love about Guild Wars 1 Ranger. Expertise is broken. If you're going to play Paladin, why not check that Lantern Shield NM and maybe Auriga Zyphos first? Because I don't want to do that. We'll do that as we're the level for it. We'll go and do that as we're leveling. And they have the audacity to say 11 doesn't have a story. It's bad enough to say that 14 has a better story, but damn. I really like... Here's the thing with 11, okay? I don't like COP at all. I think COP is damn close to 14 levels of rating. I hate COP. However... Rise of the Zilla, and what I've seen so far of Wings of the Goddess is just by far and away superior story-wise than 14. Anything in 14, especially Zillat. I sing Zillat's praises all day long. Now, Shadow Lord might count as base game, but I consider Shadow Lord part of Zillat just because of like. The fact that the Archangels are in his throne room and everything. You know, I consider that part of Zillat. It's for hand-me-down information. Never actually played with... I'm not being funny or anything, but some of the cutscenes in... And you know me, I don't like cutscenes, right? But some of the cutscenes in Wings of the Goddess in particular are amazing. The part where young Rahal, and the other young Griffins kill that orc is so good. It's so good. It's such a fun cutscene. And I love what I've done, so I need to get back. That's my biggest thing that when I go back to retail at the moment, I want to get further in that. You know, I want to get further in Wings of the Goddess. I got a bit sad when Exenmil left. And was like, Cause they would lead us to kings. We'll fucking lead us to kings. Someone showed me a clip of the only problem with Zillat is it's super short. I agree. Please, I'm lame. Let's do this. What's HC? Holy Circle. When the fuck am I ever using Holy Circle? Get over there. Oops. I've ruined it. I've ruined my macros. Why is there no undo? This was Fast Blade, I think. And I want... I'm actually going to use Banish for the first time in my life. I'm going to be using Banish. The fights are so well choreographed, and they are. Like, and the part that sold me, legitimately, the part that sold me on Wings of the Goddess, like actually paying attention to the cutscenes and everything like that, the part that sold me was when Exenmil kicked that dude into the ravine. When Exenmil came out of nowhere and flying kicked that guy into that river, I was like, okay, maybe I'll pay attention to these stories. Maybe I'll pay attention to this cutscene. As this goes, I love Extended Mill S purely for just. He's got my energy. He's got my kind of character energy. Small character with big sword. But it's after watching the cutscenes, he's my favorite character in the whole game. Although I will say, Rahal has definitely sort of gone up as well. Let's get us some fucking melon pies. You know, melon pies may not be the best Paladin food, but they're cheap. Hey, Chalice Day, remember that time I bought a salad for my ranger? That lasted 3 hours and I didn't get to use it for 10 minutes? I remember. It was your fault. So many good cutscenes. The Windows story and the entire Fenris scene is probably the coolest thing I've seen in the game. I wish I gave a damn about the other nations, but I don't. Sandy or bust, baby. Sandy or bust. Check out my Clippius I got earlier and saved for this very occasion. Come back, Zinc! We'll save the Zinc. Ooh, I've got 3 of those. If it were a 14 or another era 11, the Fenris scene would have been showing a 1-second clip of Venom and then a close-up character's fist closing. But no, they fucking show children chomping a dude. Yeah, like, some of the cutscenes in this game blow 14 out of the water. But here's the thing. Because the graphics aren't on par with 14, it's automatically like, oh, the cutscenes are worse. Just from energy, I think that the cutscenes in this game can fucking shit all over some of the ones in 14. Especially when 14 gets all sentimental. When it gets all sentimental trying to get me to care about characters I do not give a rat's ass about, I zone out. Come on, Chalice Day. It's time for Paladin. Look at me. The face. Does this look like the face of mercy? If a 14 character nods, fist clenches. And I buy an axe, but I'm not spending 9k on it. You know my B. I'm not complaining. Is it Beast Bather +1? Beast Bather +1 is like the best weapon for 1 to 20. Beast Bather +1 shits all over any great axe, in my opinion. You're level 9. Why are you level 9? You've been secretly playing without me. You're gonna have to level sync down or we're gonna get like no XP. And at 19 you can use Beast Battle Plus. I know, I need to get the Auriga Zyphos. I was testing stuff. Testing stuff for 3 levels? Could get level 9 on hairs? Fine. I can do that. I wonder if Banish will one-shot. I can't even use Banish yet. Fuck. There's a scene towards the end of Rhapsodies and Vanadil where everyone comes together and fights a big bad. It's well choreographed and action packed. It's a Marvel movie. Yeah, but in the Final Fantasy XI world, I imagine it's a lot like Marvel, right? In that you've got like the A team, you've got like the best superheroes, like you've got Zed. You got Shantoto. They're like the Captain America and like the Iron Man. And then you've got like Gorilla. You know? Gorilla's like Corilla's like Big Wheel. Corilla's like Polka Dot Man or whatever his name is. Calendar Man. Corilla and Nashmira, yeah. I love Corilla, don't get me wrong, but she's not great, is she? My least favorite NPC in the entire game is Preesh. I wish nothing but pain upon Preesh. Preesh is annoying, and I hate her. So the protagonist characters, like, I love Tenzin. Tenzin grew on me. I initially hated Tenzin, but he was, to me, Tenzin was probably the highlight of COP. Is Tenzin became main character by this point? Good. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. I like Tenzin. Oh, can you explain to me, because I didn't really understand this, because this was the point in COP where I'd kind of zoned out. Why do you fight Tenzin at one point? Like, why does he side with the three fuckers and fight you? Because I was skipping cutscenes at that point, kind of, a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta fight Tenzin. Why? The three fuckers. That's their name! That's their team name! Ooh, FF9. I like to imagine they're like the Three Stooges. Oh, wise guy, huh? Come here! To stop the Keeper of the Apocalypse? He did a really fucking good job of it, didn't he? Good job, Tenzin. Fucking idiot. I think that's the thing I didn't like about COP most, is that COP was a bit too kind of gods, and you're a god, and everyone's god. Do you know what I mean? At least in Zilla, I was just, here is the Shadow Lord. He is fucking awesome. Here are the Archangels. They are the best. Archangels are like my favorite shit. The Archangels were my absolute favorite bad guys. Although I will say, I'm excited to see where these like Fomor looking guys go in Wings of the Goddess. Don't spoil it for me. Because I thought they were cool. They were like Team Rocket. I like the fruity one. Phalaris! He's not even in my stream. I can't even say anything rude about him. Oh, I spoiled it, they are cool though. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. I will say my least favorite part of Wings of the Goddess. You are? Fuck! Phalaris sucks. My least favorite part about Wings of the Goddess is Kate Sith. I hate him. I think they're annoying. I also kind of find it weird how like everyone's super horny about Lilith, and she's like, she looks like 12. Do you know what I mean? I don't really like that. I guess you could argue that she's like a half-elf and she's supposed to look kind of elfish and elfin, whatever the word is. But I just didn't like it. Kya! Oh, I said Jar Fastblade. What a fool. What a fool I am. It was a different time, also Japanese. I think that's a large part of it, isn't it? But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that part. There's one thing that kind of annoys me in games, it's that sort of thing. They love their idols. That's the thing, like, it's that whole idol culture. That's why Honey Be Lovely is a thing, you know? By the way, the Honey Be Lovely music is one part, like the chorus, I don't hate. The rest of it, though, absolutely the worst thing ever. But I re-listened to Smile the other day, out of shit. That is objectively bad. Like, I don't think you can think that's good. If you think that's good, you're brainwashed. Because that is objectively bad. If you say that's good, you're just like kneeling at the cult of Yoshi P. That is objectively bad. Justice Badge! Do I have anything else? I think I just have my Justice Badge. Good enough. Justice Badge OP. Look, all the people lusting over 14 characters, again with the models of the actual children. I don't like anyone who says anything sexual about Lalafell. Taru, I ain't being funny or anything. It's almost different because they look like completely alien creatures. Lalafell just look like babies. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm getting at? Taru, I'm not condoning, but at the same time, they look like aliens or something. They don't look human. Whereas Lalafell just look like children. So if you have something going on there, you look... Yeah, Taru look nothing like children. They look like fucking weird badgers. Yeah? I can understand that a bit better. Whereas Lalafell just look like babies. So if you have like a thing for Lalafell, there's something wrong with you mentally. I put you on a list. Terra fancy race. They look exactly, like, as someone who admittedly, you know, likes his goblins, likes his kobolds, like those sort of creatures. That's why I like Taru so much. I like diminutive races. Lalafell isn't a diminutive race. Lalafell just looks like a baby. Yeah? A baby with pointy ears. Giving it pointy ears doesn't make it a fantasy race. Sorry, Star Trek. Sorry, Star Trek, but giving it pointy ears doesn't make it a fantasy race, you know? I've got Banish now! Shots fired. Hey, I like Star Trek, but... Come on, man. All those fucking aliens, and they all look like humans. Come on. Banish! Go! Oh wow, my Banish is... Yay! Capped Divine Magic is finally something I can do. I'm moving as fast as I can. I'm killing everything as fast as I can. Or it's just like a human's butt. Yeah. Exactly. What a coincidence for my penis. That's exactly it. It's like, Captain, these aliens from like 4 billion light years away. What do they look like? Well, here comes their female ambassador. Oh, it's just a sexy lady with like cornflakes glued to her face. Great. I want it to be like a big tentacle demon that would just... Can you imagine Captain Picard trying to have like a philosophical debate with like a pile of sludge? I want to see Captain Picard have a philosophical debate with an eldritch entity beyond human comprehension. Even Q of the Q Continuum or whatever shows up as fucking John Delancey. That's just a bloke. Can you not make him, like, at least something cool? Oh, but he can shapeshift. Why doesn't he shapeshift? And I love the excuse they always give. I've chosen this form so as not to, like, startle you. Q don't give a fuck. Q makes it very clear he doesn't give a damn what. So why does he show up as a bloke? I would show up as something really weird to fuck with Captain Picurk. Captain Picurk? That's the love child. Captain Picurk. I love Captain Picurk. He's my favourite. Captain Picurk. Captain Picurk would be a really good Taru name. Captain Picurky Worky. I'm gonna rest. When you have Cat Gold Premium now with the latest expansion stamina, literally the cat is fine too, right? Yeah. I don't know necessarily, like... They did the whole... I'm not being... Here's my beef, right? You guys know me. You put bunny boys in your game, and I still don't like them. You fucked it up. You messed it up. Go back, do it again. They put rabbit femboys in their game, and I still didn't like them. They fucked it up. That's all I'm saying. My biggest beef with 14 has always just been how everything seems half-assed. Like, they released the Vieira, but you can't wear hats. They released the Hrothgar, but you can't wear hats because it would take them 5 seconds to fucking figure that one out. Everything they ever do comes with a caveat because it seems like they just can't be bothered to do it properly. Here's Blue Mage, but it's a mini-game because we can't be bothered to figure out how to properly implement it. You know? Everything is this, but also this. Man, Banish slaps. Do I think it's worth 15 MP? Probably not, but it's not bad. Vieira in that game look horrendous. That's what I'm saying, Stammer. They tried really hard to do the bunny femboy thing, and I still find them disgusting. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that. The female ones look even worse. They look even worse. They look like Barbie dolls, but like knockoff ones. They look like knockoff Barbie dolls. It's really unsettling, honestly. I will say there are here's the thing, like I get a bit of flack, usually from Instacast, if I'm honest with you, about how I rag on 14 all the time. Which is fair, that's a fair thing to say, because I do. But there are things I like about 14, and I genuinely enjoyed playing 14 with my friends when it was Instacast, Kanechbu and stuff, and I genuinely enjoyed that. I thought it was fun. The issue is this. I have no investment in that world at all. Because to me, that's not a world. To me, 14 feels like instanced content with a bunch of waiting rooms. At least in 11, right this second, I'm like, okay, I'm in West Ronfor. I know where that is in the world. I know what that means in a global sense. Yeah? Everything feels connected. Nothing in 14 feels connected because it's all teleports and instances. When was the last time a max level player in 14 had to actually go somewhere? Doesn't happen. Bunny Boys were some of the most laziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, they were extremely lazy. And they were... The thing is, they were put in to satiate the crowd. Yeah, it wasn't a case of we want to put male Vieira in. It was a case of we've released female Vieira and all the fucking femboy weirdos, not to be in a glass house and throw stones, but have like cried out we want bunny boys too. So we have to do it. 14 is a prime example of catering to the masses. Yeah, they will do just about anything. They will deviate from their original plans to cater to as many people as possible. And what that means, ultimately, is while you'll have the largest audience and blah 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 and whatever, and all these things that matter to suits, the issue is you don't really have a clear artistic vision anymore. If you're catering to a crowd, you don't have an artistic vision anymore. The more you cater to a crowd, the less your vision matters. And I think that's the thing I like about 11, is that 11 was, at least up until about up until Abyssia, 11 sat there and said, yeah, this game will fucking bend you over a barrel. We'll give you some very small quality of life improvements, like the Fields of Valor and stuff, but that's all you're getting. Because they stuck to their artistic vision, they stuck to what they wanted this game to be. Until Abyssia. If you ever let Moogle become a player race, I might have to resub. And Keycurn. If Keycurns were in the game, I'd probably play it. I love Keycurns. That's why I went through so much aggravation to get Chacharoon for my retail party. Hey, Limited Beetle! Hey, man, my man. Limited Beetle knows what's up. He may be limited, but he's the best damn beetle I know. He's way better than Fungus Beetle. I've already got his shield. Has some cool races too. I just think 14, they should have leaned a bit more into doing some cool races and a little less into doing humans with animal shapes. Ulra, I think, was almost close. Because that was a race that I think they made that purely for the game, didn't they? That's not in any other Final Fantasies, I don't think. That was as close as they came to their own kind of original concept. And while I find them disgusting, like just big, tall, taffy people with scabies, I appreciate that they actually tried and made something new. Even if it's not great, it's something new. Which in 14, you gotta fucking look for sometimes. Because 14 is just an amalgamation of fan-favorite things. I mean, I ain't being fun or anything, but when you have a raid series that's dedicated to a franchise like, oh, I don't know, Nier Automata, that by rights has absolutely zero place in that world entirely. You're just doing it for clout. The fans' clout, I suppose. Fan service. But all of Final Fantasy XIV is fan service. There isn't an original thought there. Banger is a great race? What's banger? He's a right banger. Racing way better. They were a demon-like race with wings too. See, banger are the grumpy lizards. Oh, Yeah, I'm down for that. Thing is, there needs to be more. This is what I say about D&D. I really like D. Well, let's ignore 5.1 or 5.0. Let's ignore the recent wheelchair warriors, Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Okay, and let's focus more on like sort of the legacy, I suppose. With D&D, it's just a big pile of fantasy races, and they're all vastly different. That's what I think there needs to be more of. Fewer humans with bits stuck to them. I want to be a goblin. I want to be a kobold. I want to be a half giant. Shit, I want to be a... Fuck it. I'll be a Slanesh. I'll be anything. Just let me be not a human. That's why the coolest things in, like, retail... The coolest thing in retail was monstrosity. Legitimately, I think the coolest thing retail has going for it is monstrosity. I wish, with a fucking fervor, that monstrosity had gone somewhere. I would play a game where you get to play as the monsters any day of the week. And I would play nothing else. That's why I'm super excited for the Vermintide PvP, where you can play as a Skaven and kill other players. I am sorry, but the streams might be a bit fucking Vermintidey when that happens, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to get my Skaven on and fucking hang some heroes from a rope. Lord of the Rings Online lets you... Lord of the Ring Online... The only thing Lord of the Ring Online lets me does is have a fucking aneurysm. I hate it. It checks all of my boxes except for the graphical fidelity, the UI, the combat, the pacing, the story. Pretty much everything. So the only thing it really has going for it is the fact that there's a monster mode. You know how I've said before that the perfect MMO would just be an amalgamation of all the best MMO ideas? And I could cherry pick a thing from each MMO. I think the only thing I would cherry pick from Lord of the Rings Online is the monster mode. Fuck that game. That game is ass. It is the worst MMO I've ever played. Bar none. And I've played Meridian 59. I've even played Worm Online. I'd rather play 10 hours of Worm Online than 1 hour of Lord of the Rings Online. That's probably not true, but the point is... The point stands. He'd rather have a buffalo. Oh, this thing's gonna kick my ass. Especially if he starts bringing out random crits. Ha! I'm a paladin! Crit me again, and I will fucking scream. I can't even use Invincible if I need to. Because I used Benediction against Mr. Bloodsaber. Resetting your class should reset your 2 hour. I'm sorry. Should. There's no reason for it not to. Whew. You played it to level 5. What changes in Lord of the Rings Online from 5 to whatever the fucking max level is for it to become 3,000% better than it is? Because that's what would have to happen. If you reach level 10 and it turns into Crazy Taxi, maybe then we can talk. But as far as I can tell, it's awful tab targeting dog shit with the most unresponsive animations I've ever seen in my life, and there's a class that shouts people to death. I don't even. An orc I was fighting was trying to use invincible, but he died from the blaze spikes, and blizzard I threw at him. Look. Paladins aren't smart. Paladins don't need to be smart, they just believe in God really, really hard. I should get to level 9 so I can have my shield. I've gone this long without my shield. I feel naked. I'm cursed. I swear I get critted more than other players. I swear there's some weird, like, black mark on my accounts. Make this man get critted every 2 hits. Parents don't believe in gods? Buns does. Buns believes in Jod. Buns secretly 20 less agility than anyone else. That's the thing, I'm a Taru. My agility, like, is not the worst. But I get critted all the time. I get critted and I get shitted. It doesn't help that I'm making a point of using Banish. I really feel like I shouldn't be doing that. Although, 23 damage. Calm down, Banish. So which stat affects Banish? Is it intelligence or is it mind? Because I was always of the belief that if it's offensive, it's intelligence. Banish's mind, really? I'm guessing the same as for Holy and what have you. Justice Badge will have a... Justice Badge is OP. For a level 7 neck piece, Justice Badge slaps. Justice Badge is probably my favourite level 7 neck piece. Look at that. That's overpowered as hell. Just the magic resistance alone. The magic resist alone makes that good. I can't begin to describe how many fucking running away waters I've managed to resist. Has like 3 more healing to Blue's Pollen. That's more than enough. What else are you gonna put there? Wing Pendant? Feather Collar? Valorous, Wing Pendy is the goat? It ain't though, is it? Look at that bad boy. Look at that bag boy. Dog collar. -1 charisma. Why does the dog collar make you less charismatic? Under the right circumstances, I think it'd make you more charismatic. Fuck you, fodder. Ah. Ow. Oh, look, I got critted. What were the odds? Fuck you. I'm kind of excited to play Paladin. I don't know why. Like, I've never really played it outside of retail. So if you're wearing the wing pendant, that might not have happened. That's true. That is true. I think Taru Paladin is the only way I would enjoy Paladin. I think because the way Paladin works, I need that mana. I need that MP. I mean, I'm what, level 7 Paladin? I've got 89 mana. That's nuts. That's like on par with a mage. Mithra Paladin with like that, like 12 or 10. Mithra Paladin. You're not allowed to badmouth Mithra while Stammer's around. Is Stammer in chat? You see a Mithra Paladin join your party? Ah, oh, you're fucked. I think that's the thing I like about this game as well, is that while all the races are distinct and have their own strengths and weaknesses, you're not completely fucked if you try and be something that doesn't, you know, gel perfectly. Because it's made up for in other ways, yeah? Even like Galka Black Mage. You may not be doing the big nukes right away, but when you're leveling solo, you're going to take 3 or 4 more hits. I think the races are nicely balanced like that. It's like when we were leveling as a duo, Shalstay was like, oh, your MP is ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, but at the same time, even though, yes, my MP is ridiculous, if I take 2 crits, I'm dead. You know? It's a good balance. Like a Black Mage can at least take a hit if they pull threat, everyone else just floats to the ground. Exactly. I like the racial balance. I don't know if necessarily I care for the job balance in every respect. I do think there are some jobs that get a lot more love than others. And I think Bard needs a good fucking ass kicking, frankly. Bard and Corsair need a bit of an ass kicking. I'm tired of those guys. I'm tired of them holding the fucking server hostage. Speaking of bards, there's a archetype in Pathfinder for a bard, and I think it's called Jester. I think it's Jester or something along those lines. But I've always wanted to play one, but never really got another game of Pathfinder in. And they're like a bard, but the reverse. So instead of cheering like their team on and being like, "Go team," they demoralize the enemy by being like, "You guys suck." I really want to play as one of those. They're a reverse bard, and I love that idea. Like, instead of inspiring their team, they just rip on the other guys. I love that idea. We got hold of Mithril level 30 RSC and doing it with an extra 100. Well, that's the thing, the RSC is really good too, because it, you know, gives you that opportunity to make up for your shortcomings. This guy's beating the shit out of me. Oh, he's tough. That'll explain it. Run away! Cure! If I had Invincible, I could have him. Fuck it, I'm going back in. See that? Resisted the water. And why did I resist the water? Because I have my Justice badge. Does he ever miss? Dude's a fucking black mage and he's got the accuracy of a goddamn dragoon. Ha! Justice badge does it again, boys! I told you! I told you! Didn't I say 10 minutes ago? Running away from water spells. Justice badge. I love how I'm always right. I'm never wrong. Ever. I've never been wrong on stream. Not once. I'm always right. I should start doing bets on stream. I'll be a millionaire. Someone in our chat is called I Like Big Jugs. Don't we all, sister? Drain blue and beam. Are you on blue already? You've been fucking going crazy, Floofy. You've been flying all over the place. I saw you get your Ergen pass. This guy's fucking going nuts. They playing Beastmaster? That's a good point. They could be. They've got several characters. This guy likes little jugs. This lady likes big jugs. I like big jugs. I like big jugs. And I like little jugs. But it doesn't look like he's playing Beastmaster on any of them. We're close to a level, we don't need the rest. Synthesis alien named Methlab. That's a good name. Some of the names for the characters are really funny. I still say to this day, the funniest thing I've seen that someone left in their game creatively was in Elden Ring. That message on the floor that just said, "I want to go home," and then Edge. It just made me laugh so hard. Best joke I've ever seen in a game. One more to go. Did I unlock anything cool? Try sub blue and see how that works out. Can you learn spells with sub blue? So still has the book? Ah. That's cool. I didn't know that. I guess that makes learning some spells a lot easier, especially if you've got higher classes already. Sub Blue is so stupidly good. Just for Cocoon. Everything else is gravy. Cocoon is just... Cocoon makes that sub, in my opinion. At least, especially early on. If I weren't such a little baby that needed Provoke, I'd probably go Paladin Blue Mage. For the Cocoon. Doesn't last too long, but it is great. It's nuts! It's way too much damage reduction. For such a low level spell? Yeah, that's insane. I've recently come around to the idea of using those foods that last 3 hours. I was using one on my ranger like a couple days ago. One of the salads. It's so much more convenient. The downside is if you die, you've lost it. But carrying around a big stack of food is just kind of annoying to me. Can I defeat decent challenge Scarab Beetle? Why is he taking no damage? What's this man made out of? Pure iron? Look at this evasion, though! Did I pick Paladin or Ninja? What is this? By the way, I would sooner slam my cock in an oven door than play Ninja Tank. That's not even a joke. I fucking hate Ninja. I ain't playing Ninja. Not even for a sub. Don't need it. I'll just be a man. I'll just be a man and take those 7-hit weapon skills to the face. By the way, I got critted twice so far to make this more even. I was winning by a mile, but then, you know, crit, crit, crit. Whew. Close but no cigar, Scarab Beetle. Wish blue could use a shield. I'm surprised they can't. They can do everything fucking else in the game. I'm surprised they don't have an A+ in everything. Now, what it would be, to give it, like, the illusion of balance, is it would be, oh, you have to put certain spells in your book, then you can use every fucking weapon in the game. Can use a shield, but no skill, thank God. Just sub Paladin. Well, they have a sword and club. I like that everyone can use clubs. I like that. Like, swinging a club is any different to swinging an axe, really. A sword I can understand, because it's a skilled, sort of refined weapon. Just basically just a stick. Everyone can wield sticks. We learned that from cavemen. You know what I hate? I hate those YouTube channels that are like, I'm a professional swordsman. Let's look at the sword play in, I don't know, The Legend of Zelda and decide if it's realistic. Of course it's fucking not. If I watched a sword fight in real life, I ain't being fun or anything. They're boring. A real life sword fight is boring as hell. And they're usually over in like 2 seconds. No video game should strive, I think, to have realistic swordplay. It's like a lot of things. The more realistic you make it, the less fun it is. That's why that, what's that stupid sword fighting game? Hellish Quart? That's why that game looks like crap. It's because it's trying to be realistic and it just looks boring. And it kind of just looks like they're flailing around, which is kind of just what they are doing. That's the reason why monsters make good enemies in games. Exactly. Other humanoids are cool, I think. Or like, Bloodborne is a good example, right? Bloodborne is just monsters upon monsters, right? And when you do fight another hunter, it's a cool experience because it's like, one-on-one duel, you know? It's like, this is interesting because it's different to just fighting monsters. But if your game is purely other humans, especially in swords and fantasy and all that, I just think, yeah, monsters are fun. I want to be one. I want to be a monster. I don't want to be a human. Give me a game where you can, like, make your own monster. And you have to fight adventurers. I'd love something like that. Like a build your own monster type game. Like, kind of like Spore, but with more of an emphasis on fighting adventurers and less on doing fucking nothing. These Windows spells so I can return to a better place. Come back to Sandy, the only city that matters. Dragon Seed, Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher I've played. Monster Rancher is not really fighting other, like, adventurers. You fight other monsters, you know? Kind of like Pokemon. Like Pokemon, you pick your monsters to fight other monsters. I want to be like a goblin that fights humans. I want to fight adventurers. Kind of like, do you remember Dungeon Master? Not Dungeon Keeper. That was it. Remember Dungeon Keeper, that strategy game where you built a dungeon full of monsters to kill the heroes? That. But I play as a monster, not as the Dungeon Keeper. I want that. Why is this guy a DC now? He was a tough 5 seconds ago. If I'm to get level 11, I only realize Blue can't even use Bee Spather. You guys suck. Blue can't even use Bee Spather. You're fucked, mate. You're stuck with Sapera. There's a game like that on the way. But I mean, like, not a single player game. I mean, like, a multiplayer game. That's why I'm excited for the Vermintide PvP. Because I get to play as a Skaven fighting the heroes. I'm excited for that. I really hope a game like that takes off, because I would play that all the time. I gravitate more towards the weird, monstrous characters. I like goblins, and I like kobolds, and I like creatures that aren't just dudes, you know? Especially if you give them a giant weapon. I like short people with giant weapons. My favourite League of Legends character was Poppy. Although I will say, Zoe is a hell of a lot of fun to play in that game. I had so much fun playing Zoe towards the end. The problem was, once they started forcing you to use Vanguard for League of Legends, I was kind of like, As soon as I have an opportunity to not do this anymore, I probably won't. Don't worry, Shalastay, I'm nearly there. I'm trying so hard. I'm getting so far. My Pathfinder Kobold and use fist bite attack and breath attacks. See, that's the thing. I love the idea of using like other. I had a goblin in Pathfinder who had that barbarian archetype that bites onto things and holds on. I love that guy. That was one of the most fun characters to play. You just bite things and just clamp onto them. And they have to, like, try and shake you off and stuff. It's so much fun. I want to be more like that and less like, ah yes, I swing my greatsword. You know? I want to be a feral little creature. I want to be a feral little creature. That's why I really like Shining Force as a sort of old school RPG. Because Shining Force has basically a bunch of humans and elves initially. But it's also got centaurs, and a robot, and a big armadillo guy, and like a weird jellyfish man, and like a wolf thing, and a rat. You know? Shining Force has got a really colourful cast of characters. Uh-oh. I've picked a fight with an even matched sheep. This ain't gonna go well. Good thing I've got 10 billion MP. I have 82 mana still. Fuck you, sheep! Oh, never mind. He critted me. Because of course he did. Tactics has multi-team suited, lets you have a Beastmaster skill. Tactics is too easy. I think strategy games in general can get a little bit that way, especially if you've played them a bunch. Strategy games are a really hard thing to balance, I think. You have to make them challenging enough to be taxing tactically, but also not so challenging that they're fucking impossible. Shining Force's biggest problem is giving you a hero character that is really strong. Because if you really wanted to just rinse Shining Force without any real challenge, you just get rid of your team and just have you. Because it will get to the point where your guy can just delete everything. Only hard if you rush story, and there's only a handful of OP abilities that break the game. I'm a big fan of OP abilities. I think OP abilities have their place. I think OP abilities can be fun. There's any Vieira. Lower that. I keep saying I'll give Tactics a try. I like Tactics' art style a lot. I like the art style in Tactics where they went for sort of the chunky, more medieval armor and stuff. I'm a firm believer in the chunkier the armor, the cooler it is. I want big fat gauntlets and big fat sabatons, you know what I mean? This sheep cost me like 100 mana to beat. And he's still gonna probably rinse me. That sheep cost 100 MP to beat and still nearly killed me. Even match, baby! First game, my best advice is not to use Sid. If you want to challenge and using Sid, you're doing it wrong. I would give it a try, but my next sort of non-11 game I was going to play was either going to be FIFA, bit of FIFA, or I was going to try Dissidia. Tactics and Tactics Advance feel very different. Red Mage being able to cast double cast summons was silly. Uh-oh. What's happening? It's Ezkatos! He's in the same LS as me. But he's a filthy elven. Get out of Sandoria. I'm claiming Sandoria for the Taru Taru. Sports! I know FIFA is better. I want to play FIFA because I don't hate... Contrary to popular belief, I don't hate football. Or soccer. And I have some stories about FIFA because that is one of those. As a lad growing up in the UK, you can't really avoid football. You can't really avoid. Try as I might, you know, you can't really avoid football. You can't really avoid playing a FIFA game once in your life. And I don't hate them. I think they're fun. I think FIFA 2000 is a really fun game. FIFA 2002 was pretty good too. FIFA 2002 was a huge leap from FIFA 2000, but they're both like really arcadey in a good way. I think football or soccer and sports games are a genre that really benefits from arcade feeling. Once you start making it realistic, they get worse. Make them arcadey and silly, and they're great. I mean, just look at Blitz, that American football game where you like beat each other up. That's what you want. I don't hate sports. Contrary to popular belief, I don't hate sports at all. I'm not good at very many of them. But if someone's having a kick around, I'll tag in. I'll have a go in goal. I used to love being goalie. Scratch that. I used to love being goalie if someone had some gloves. I didn't like being in goal if there were no gloves to be had. Because in the UK, when it's bitingly cold, the last thing you want is a leather sphere pelted into your hands. You know what I mean? But I used to love being in goal. Probably because for some of the match, you just get to stand there. You just get to do nothing for a bit. But everyone Everyone notices a good save. Yeah, you save a fucking good shot. I've had that happen once or twice. You save a good shot, you get a pat on the back. So yeah, I might play a bit of FIFA. I got no qualms with doing that. I'd have to decide whether I want to emulate like an older one, or play the latest or one of the latest ones, just to see what they're like. But they have to come with the feature where you can make your own team. Yeah? Some of them have that, some of them don't. Why would you play a football game if you can't make your own team? I want to play on a team with Mr. Bean, and I want to put people from chat in. I want it to be, you know, I want to have my own silly team. I don't want to play as Manchester United, okay? I already know who they are. Pants! Go, Pants, go! Look at this guy fucking... He's like... He's casting so many things. I can't even tell what he's doing. He's got Matt's cap on. Look at this guy. He's got fucking everything. I'm going to examine you as many times as it takes, Pants. Look at those. I've almost got enough to buy Pants' Hachiru Tsunate. Almost. A couple more weeks of saving up, I reckon. Go, Pants, go. Is he going to power level me? What's he doing here? Oh, he's going to throw a bandage on my head. Oh! Oh, I thought I heard a goblin. I've always found it weird that Paladin doesn't get provoked. Do you know what I mean? For the first 10 levels of Paladin, you don't really get a lot. He's clobbering this orc. I do so little damage. It's not even funny. Like I was saying, that was the main thing that I thought Horizon did well. If I had to pick one thing I thought Horizon did well, it was adding N-Light to Paladin at level 30. I think Paladin suffers from doing damage. I'm gonna assume Pants is in the chat, and I'm not gonna say anything to him. Because how else would he have just randomly run to that spot in Ron 4? You know? Otherwise, I'm just being incredibly rude. By just not saying anything. I've been invited. Who invited me? Was it Pants? Or was it Shadowstay? Pants invited me to a party. Pants! Stand back, Pants. I'll handle this. Oh, he kicked me. Oh, he gave me region 3 for like 1 second. Poor orc! He just got fucking brained. Bonk! That poor orc! His fucking brains are all over the floor. Too bad end spells don't create enmity. True! I feel like if they did, that would be like a really good addition for Paladin. I'm over halfway there. Living on a prayer. I appreciate your help, Pants. It's something you say in the morning. Slipping your pants on. I appreciate your help, pants. I'd be arrested if it weren't for you. Banish! I'm gonna banish this goblin thug to the Shadow Realm. I've had a real hankering for playing... Master Duel lately. Maybe we'll do a Master Duel stream at some point as well. There's a new archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Shining Sarcophagus that's 100% built around the cards that I love, and it's not in Master Duel yet. So I'm waiting for it to come to Master Duel. When it does, I'm going to be playing a lot of Master Duel again. I'm going to make a Shining Sarcophagus deck, I don't care. Shining Stammer! You're not supposed to say that. That's like a me or a Kiko joke. You're not allowed to say... You're supposed to say a Homestar Runner reference. That's all you're allowed to do, Stammer. These naughty jokes, they're not your wheelhouse. I'm teasing. But Shining Sarcophagus is built around Silent Swordsman, who is my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card. Said the nerdiest man in the room. So I'm looking forward to playing that deck. It's probably not going to be great, because I don't think it's a very powerful deck, but that's never stopped me. I play fucking Celtic Guardian, okay? The power of a card does not stop me. I said my brain and celebrated what you said. Sarcophagus! Not sarcophagus. Teletaru won't let me teleport because I'm not Windurst. Racist. Beatles Link? Do they? You donut! I don't care, I'm not afraid. I've got pants with me. Racist. It is racist. I thought the three amigos were supposed to be working together. I thought Sandy and Windurst and Bastock were best mates. Buns and Pants. Buns go into Pants. We're like the dynamic duo. I'll let you die. That's what a Final Fantasy XIV healer would do. It'd say, don't run on ahead, tank. Don't pull too many or I'll let you die. I've raised 3, I'm allowed to get people killed. The GM said so. Hey, at least it's not as bad as that time on Horizon when I got fucking told off. I got told off by Horizon GMs for being too risque. Pants is covering Buns. He is as well. He's gonna slap some more. That was so funny when that Orcish photo spent like 3 hours trying to hit Pants. And Pants just bashed his head in once with a club. I must be close. Eh. Oh my god. Pants has an army with him. Thanks, Pants. Did I get jailed on her? No! Pants! No! He wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. I respect it. I respect the power play. They just left me to fucking die. You should have built up my courage more, Pants. You should have brought me a bunch of goons and let me get to low. Then you should have walked away. Because I would have 100% died. I'm too arrogant and hot-headed to not die in that kind of situation, Pants. I'm not careful enough. I gotta leave Windows to get Sandy and buy a sword because no one is selling swords. No one sells swords in Windows because they're all too busy. Oh, I'll sell you a wand. Flipendo. Worse weapons. Got a Sandy where we sell proper weapons. Those GMs are probably looking for reasons to abuse their power. Did the GMs pull me aside? Yeah. Didn't I screenshot? I swear I screenshotted it and sent it to you. I got told off officially on Horizon. I'm not saying that I'm like Horizon, you know, wanted criminal #1, because that's not the case, but what I am definitely like on their black shit list somewhere. Because I'm banned from the Discord, I'm not banned from Horizon, but I've been told off on Horizon. So I'm definitely on some kind of list somewhere with them. Oh, not this one. There we go. I need to edit that one so that lyrical one isn't in there. I'm on a lyrical rampage. Windows sucks so bad that Stam's character on Eden would rather change her religion and move to Sandy than live there. It's true, my character's moving from Kazam. No, they're not. You realised the greatness that is Sandoria. You realised it was futile to try and resist Sandorian conquest. So you got in on the ground floor. We've got Rahal, okay, who is really good at swinging a piece of metal around. What have you got? Shantoto? What can she do? I love the way that, like, conceptually, Sandoria is just the worst. What have they got? Blokes with swords. What can Windex do? Summon entire meteors from the sky. What can Bastok do? Cannons. Just lots of cannons. And you got Sandoria, it's like, what have you got? Ah, we got blokes with swords. Fuck, that's it, it's like Forzens. That's my reason for leaving. That is the reason I don't like Windurst or Bastok. Sandoria is just Southern Sandoria. And occasionally Northern Sandoria. And very occasionally Port Sandoria. Very occasionally. There's a handful of reasons to go to Port Sandoria. Will you get stabbed already? Thank you. Is nobody saying Kazam, who's hyper-racist Elven, otherwise known as any Elven? I always hated him, but it felt like a good backstory for a character. He's like, I came with a small backwards vision to teach savages how to live. I think Buns' backstory is that he is the greatest paladin of all time. As evidenced by the fact that he doesn't have a shield. He's too good for the shield. Doesn't need it. Spend 9% of my time in Southern Sandy. Southern Sandy is the best part of any city. Southern Sandy is so good that there's these whole parts of it that I've never even fucking been to. Like, there's little city part, like the little, like, alleyways and stuff. Don't need to go there. There's no need. That's what I like about the Paladin quest. It actually makes you go sort of around Sandoria a bit, you know? Chateau to Oregano or whatever. No one goes there. You only go there for missions. And to get to Buastino Oubliette. If you want to go and get slapped by Jelly Ring Boy. Windurst does suck in era though. Mew started there, and I couldn't understand how the auction house was in one zone and the warp terror was in another. That's the thing. The layout is terrible. Bastok isn't much better. In fact, honestly, I think Bastok is the worst out of all of them. The mere fact that there's those shitty elevators in the metalworks that I hate. Windurst is so terrible they had to add the teleport NPC because of the Nox. That's true. Any city that has a teleport guy from one end to the other has done their city wrong. Yeah? Windurst is laid out like London. Sandoria is laid out more like an American city. A modern American city. Where it's all blocks. Yeah? You go down 4th Street, you end up on 5th Street. Makes perfect sense. Instead of, I'm gonna go down King's Cross Station to fucking Waterloo, that's 74, you know. It's all a spaghetti. None of it makes any sense. That's Windurst. I ain't being funny or anything, but as much as I love Blighty, which is sort of average amount, when it comes to designing cities, the thing I like about Britain was Hitler did his absolute level best to flatten Great Britain with bombs. Flatten it. Especially London. And what did we, the British people, do? Like a bunch of stuck-up twats. Is instead of rebuild London better, we built it back exactly the same. Brick for brick. That's the wrong thing to have done. We should have made lemonade out of those lemons. And completely rebuilt our Victorian-ass ancient city. But instead we were like, no. I want it to make no sense. That's by design though. It's a magical city, it's a bit of a warp, but we see sprawling so people are enticed to use them. I guess, but it's just not... It's one of those things that's conceptually makes sense, but just isn't that fun. You know? There's a giant fucking zoo in the middle. That's the Windurst Zoo! Come on the weekends. 70 gil per person. Pet a Darmal. Who gets that opportunity? Look at these 3 Darmals. Whenever someone needs to main Windy. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff I like about Windy. Like, I love its general aesthetic. I love most of the characters from Windurst. I love the music. The Windurst theme is probably my favorite in the whole game. But you asked me to navigate Windurst, and I couldn't do it. If you asked me to navigate Windurst without a map, I couldn't do it. Cook the Darmals. Darmals do look kind of tasty. I'm a fan of those big haunches of, like a big caveman style leg of lamb. I like that. Like with the one big perfect bone, and then the big fat, like what Fred Flintstone would eat. I like them. I like that cartoon piece of meat. It's fair, they're meat and high. Yeah, Darmal are great. Darmal are great all round. I'm almost 9. Don't let me anywhere near Dr. Disrespect. I'm almost 9. Back when I was doing dynamics with a large group, I'd describe areas as actual landmarks. People would be like, what the fuck you on about? Yeah. Who? Let's go to Yoran Oran's house. Who the fuck is that? I'm one of those people who's kind of... I'm good at... I wouldn't say I'm bad at navigation, but I do need a map for certain things. If I've got a map, I'm 100% fine. I have a nasty habit of getting, like, turned around a bit too much. The number of times I zone in a zone in this game, and then immediately walk backwards out of the zone again, is astronomical. And then you don't get a map. Don't you get a map in retail now? Or is that... I've done it! I'm level 9! I can finally equip a shield! And a spather! Look at me go! I'm a true paladin! If you go first person in the zone, you'll always know which way is forward. I've said since for a while now, if they did a like true first person mod, where instead of just this, you could actually see your weapon and stuff, I would play in first person all the time. I've said since day one, there needs to be a first person only MMO, ignoring Meridian 59 that's 78 years old. There needs to be a first person MMO that's only first person. You don't have a choice. Only first person. I would play that with bells on. Also, latest update for retail had some insanely cool upgrades for gamepads. Really? Game-changingly good upgrades. In what way? I mean, there are people who are playing on retail at a high level that aren't on STEM's level of knowledge in terms of the love and of the lore of the game. Yeah, no way. I don't know boast about how these shit so people don't know anything at all. I am being funny, Stammer. It's quite easy in retail now to go from 1 to 99 without paying attention to anything. I would say even I know more than the average, and I don't pay attention to jack. You know? I know some names, I know what characters do, I know the basic gist of most of the story and lore. Just don't ask me anything about COP, because I don't have a clue what was going on there. If you stick with the game for that long, you'd think you'd have to enjoy the story world characters. That's the thing I don't really understand. I don't understand why you would play this game if you weren't invested in the world and the story and stuff. Because... is the 99 endgame that compelling? By itself, without any sort of, like, context? Or anything like that? Context is important. I mentioned how a streamer I follow went to Escher Zeta to get power leveled. I went AFK and he was level 1, came back 20 minutes later and he's like, yeah, that's the experience I had with Abyssia though. And that's why I stopped playing. Abyssia did that to me and I was just like, no thank you. You know, Shellstay, I did invite you. I am level 9 now. I'll do it again. You can't escape this party. I need to get level 10 at least. I can't invite you at this time, apparently. There we go. Most your players only get macros and a bot to play for them and skip the story and just go back to letting the script play for them. That's the thing, though. I do think there's a large portion of people in 11 who kind of just almost treat it like one of those AFK games, you know? Where you just kind of have a group of characters and you just click battle and they just do it for you. I think there's a lot of people who do that. Maybe not for all the content, but for certainly a lot of it. Yeah, I'm level 9. Check this shit out. One more level and I can actually provoke. I love it, it's interesting because it's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I think that's true, and I think that's why, you know, it stands the test of time quite well, comparatively. You know, you compare this to basically any other MMO, and most MMOs are one thing to one person, you know, they're very... I will say, 14 is kind of interesting in that that's a lot of things to a lot of people. But how much of that is actual, like, intentional gameplay stuff, and how much of that is just people needing a second life, you know? Pow! Look at budget Paladin over here. You wanna be just like your idol. You wanna be just like your idol, Buns. Look at you. Ah, maybe one day, kid. Paladin. Ooh. Look at the size of my sword, by the way. It's fucking bigger than me. I was wearing this while you were still in diaper. I still am in a diaper. I'm still in a diaper. Look at me. Watch out. Oh. Dr. Disrespect knows your location. The fact that Dr. Disrespect still has any following at all is number 7,912 why I hate people. The fact that the man can basically be outed as a pedophile and people still fucking go to his channel, it just... Ooh! It just irks me entirely the wrong way. It's really gross. I'm sorry, but that's one of the things in life where if you get outed as that, if you're that kind of fucking evil, then you deserve to be completely ostracized. There's a reason why those people get killed in prison. Yeah? And I don't care who you are. That's fair enough, in my opinion. It's my stream, I can say what I like. Nice butt slide. Thanks, I've got enough butt. Might as well use it. But yeah, I see that all the time. It's the same thing with, like, DSP. Like, he's not as he's not been, you know, as far as I know, he's not been outed as that sort of thing fully. There have been allegations and things, but he does some extremely sketchy, scummy shit. And the fact that there's just people who still go to them, still watch their content, you know? But they'll cancel other people over the smallest things. It's so bizarre. The world is such a strange place. I don't fully get it, if I'm honest with you. I don't fully get the rules of streaming. If Dr. Disrespect can still have a platform, I don't really understand the rules. I'd love to provoke him, but Paladin doesn't get provoked inherently for some reason. He's tense with the thief. Okie dokie. That makes sense to me. Check out this banish. Check out this sick banish. Oh, I thought two fast blades would skill chain Incision, but I guess not. Sick. Totally sick. Fungus beetle's up. We could get you a good shield. I think he'll kill us though. I'm pretty sure he'd just kick the shit out of us. Full attack. Nah, I think he's like level 13. Are you trying to try that? Where are you? Yeah, why not? Let's get him. Let's get this fucking stupid beetle. I'll just spam heals. They'll be fine. Look at my shield, okay? I'm not being funny or anything. This is real life. That would be like a button. That would be like a button that you sew onto a doll. How do I shield anything with that? That's not even a buckler. That's not even a hubcap. Look at that thing. And my head is so big, there'd be no point. There'd be no point in having a shield as a Taru. Look at the fucking size of my head. Taru shouldn't invest in shields. They should just have really, really amazing helmets. They should invest all their technology into making the best helmets they can. Uh-oh. That was close. Floofy on Blue Mage. Alright, boys. Let's slap this fungus beetle. I'm not even going to use Banish. I'm going to save my MP. Yeah. Oh, he's not even hard. I thought he was harder than that. He's easy. I don't know, actually. Nah, he's easy. He's a baby. Although blue could only use curse swords. No, they can use some of those, like, gladius things. They can't use what I would call long swords, I think is the distinction. Yeah, if it's just like a purely straight edge, I don't think they can use those. Don't worry, Nagling has a straight edge. Hooray! Clippius. I already got one, so I passed on it. Woo! Now, unfortunately, Floofy, we'll have to ask you to leave because you're 2 levels higher than us, so we haven't got level sync yet. But soon. Soon we can clap quaff him yet again. Only much better this time. Look at him. There he goes. Before the grace of God goes he. Oh. We've partied together a whole bunch. Floofy's fine. You know, we'll be all up in arms yet again soon enough. I mean, we've only got one level to go. We've only got one level to grind through. I don't want to kick you, Floofy. Leave of your own accord. Kicking you seems mean. Thank you. I ain't kicking, my boy. Try to pick up Power Attack while you're right here. Power Attack's good. Have you got Sheep Song already? Nah. Get you some sleep. Let me try that again. Get you some Sheep Song. That's a good one. It might be a bit high level though. Isn't that like level 18 or some shit? How dare you? I am the Paladin here. How dare you provoke from me? I'll have you know I have Undead Killer. What's the level difference in Blue Mage spells? Like you can learn spells that are like 10 levels higher than you or something? Look how fucking brown I am. I'm the brownest warrior. Fucking bronze. I did it. We could like partially camp Jagged Ear Jack while we're here. And get nothing for our troubles. Has Jagged Ear Jack ever dropped that item? Rabbit Shot? I don't think he has. Yeah, any people who have that are people who like DM'd the mods. Like, please, give it to me. The item doesn't exist. Isn't that the best ever? When a mob puts you to sleep and then misses you like 6 times in a row. I love that. Keep fighting them. I'll rest up. I can't wait to get auto refresh. My life will be complete. I miss Region already. That's the curse of playing White Mage. I hate everything about it except Region. I would trade everything else about White Mage for Regen. So I think what I will do, Chalister, is when Sunday rolls around, I will drop my Emperor band and get an Empress band. Then we could be like more in line XP wise. Fuck you, sheep! I feel like a crap white mage. Stop provoking off me. I feel like a white mage who learned to use a real weapon. Wait a minute. I don't have to use a club. I could have a weapon that actually does some damage. I also feel like Greatsword on Taru is not that much bigger than the sword I'm currently wielding in one hand. Greatsword is a lie. I'm asleep. Did I buy one to try it out? No way, I'm not buying a fucking greatsword. How many times have I fallen in that trap? How many times have I fallen in that trap? Oh, I'm gonna use greatsword. And every single time I do it, I immediately, and I mean immediately regret it. The moment I set foot out into Ronfor, miss the first attack, and have to wait fucking 7 hours for the next one. I hate greatsword in this game. I hate it. That's why I don't use great axe either. I hate large weapons in this game. Greatsword is cute on Terra, there's no problem with two-handed weapons, it's huge. Yeah, once you've got some haste under your belt, it's not so bad. But until then, two-handed weapons in this game can fucking do one, in my opinion. I will always try and find a way to use a one-handed weapon in this game. Shit, my favorite way to play Dark Knight was with an axe, like a one-handed axe. One-handed axe Dark Knight, slept on. Look at her go. I want to be a paladin too. I believe in God. You don't believe in nothing. You're just a warrior. I think the most remarkable thing here is that Shalista actually went out of her way to put her clothes back on. I believe in money. We've got to have money. That's your entire character. We've got to have money. I beat you to it. Buns' character is he's like Father Ted. Buns is just Father Ted. There you go. Ah. I mean, I would never, ever, ever in my entire life use a scythe. The idea of using a scythe is so abysmally awful to me. I think that's the kind of weapon, especially in the early levels, where the only way you ever use it is with, like, Jack-o'-lantern, so you've got plus 10 in accuracy or something. Because the mere thought of missing an attack with a scythe gives me a fucking aneurysm. Missing attacks in this game sucks, but at least with a one-handed weapon, you ain't gotta wait long for your next one. God, I've got so many conquest points. All I gotta do is divide them by 750, and I know exactly how many warp scrolls I've got. Because Sandoria's conquest point items are shit. Would you like Royal Footman's Solorets? No, Sandoria. Nobody does. I definitely think Bastok has the best CP items. You ain't beaten Bastok and Subligar. You aren't beating that. That's like the best item in the fucking game. By far. That's the one thing I would say about Bastok. They have the best conquest point items by far. Speaking of Dr. Disrespect, I probably shouldn't call them CP items, should I? I should probably not abbreviate conquest points. Briefly doing, got scammed, Beetle died, didn't even count as being killed. Fucking Beetle. What kind of Beetle dies and doesn't count as being killed? George Harrison. John Lennon had the decency to die and count as being killed. George Harrison didn't. That's a cerebral joke. Say what you like about me, you can't have my streams. There's some jokes that are real mind benders. I could be one of those VTubers who just jiggles their tits at you and uses a voice changer, but I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. Besides, I've done that once. I've never used a voice changer though. I remember one time when, I think it was like a couple of Halloweens ago, when me and Insta and them played Dead by Daylight. I played as Pig, and I got the Saw voice changer. So as I was talking over Discord, it was like, "Hello, make your choice." So the final should go back to DBD. If I go back to DBD, I think I would play as Survivor. I think I've had my fill of Killer on the grounds that, like, because my ELO got high enough. Like, I was What's the ephemeral or whatever the last fucking one is? So my ELO got high enough to the point where every game was, you know, how the game is supposed to be. I.e., people running around with flashlights flashing you constantly. And I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy Dead by Daylight at a high level. And not even high level, that's like medium high, yeah? I don't enjoy Dead by Daylight at medium high level. I enjoy Dead by Daylight. When we first started playing Dead by Daylight, I thought that game was amazing. I loved it. Because all we would do is like cowering and hiding around corners and all stuff that you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to be as quick as you can, out of the gate. Pyum, 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 here, 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 knowing exactly where to go. When you first start, that game, you don't know what you're doing, and you just get clobbered by every killer, you know? That's when the game is at its best. That's when that game is fun. That game ceases to be fun when it's like the survivors are actually beating up the killer. Yeah? That defies what I think is the purpose of the game. There is I'm going to be a level 12 with Pollen being the only thing I have. Do you only have Pollen? Do you not have any other moves? As long as you get Bludgeon, you'll be fine. Just make sure you get Bludgeon. You don't need any other spells. You just need Bludgeon. Alright, Shasta, I'll follow you so you can slap an orc or something while I sit on my gigantic ass. Once I get auto refresh, we're never running out of... We're never sitting down again. We're gonna be tireless. Kill all these things. What I should do is just use wizard cookies. I should just get some wizard cookies and... Because HP is never my problem. It's waiting for my gigantic MP bar to fill up. Alright. I'm back in it. Cause and region heal quicker than resting for health. Exactly. Don't need resting for health. Bunch of wizard cookies and we'll build golden. She's level 10. She's done it. I'm almost there. Then I'll take you back. And you can swap the thief. I am 321 away. Wah. Is Beastpath a +1 level 11? It is, isn't it? Because I'm going to need that. I ain't playing a sword and shield class without the Beastpath a +1. I just ain't doing it. That's part of the reason why I don't use sword and shield like straight out of the gate when I make a new character. Because I won't be able to afford the Beastpather. I need to rack up enough money to afford the Beastpather before I even dream of using a sword and shield. And I'm going to be mixing up too. I'm going to be using my club every so often with my Paladin, I think. Is Era Paladin still got an A in club? Or is it worse? So close. It does still have a... Oh, wait, no, you don't know. I need to know... I wish there was like a dev here. Shit, Floofy, look, it's a forest funguar, and you haven't killed this one. The forest funguar population has dropped to like 1% thanks to Floofy alone. Floofy, you've been slacking. I'm seeing forest funguar everywhere, mate. You've been slacking. We're gonna have to fire you as chief funguar officer. What am I carrying that I could probably get away with? Bind. Worth nothing. Running beetles. What did we ever do to you, Floofy? That's not very nice. I'm never gonna stop doing Beatles jokes, I'm sorry. That's what my stream has become. Or at least something to use an attack. Just get to level 18 or whatever and use Bludgeon. Get to level 18, get Bludgeon, and go and beat the Shadow Lord. Because you don't need anything else. I've done it! I've got Provoke! Gah! I'm a true Paladin now, and I've even got Protect. I did not know Paladin got Protect. Paladin gets Protect? I had no idea. Alright, let's get you back to town. So you can swap to Thief. And you can go through 5 agonizing levels of doing fucking nothing. You go through 5 levels of Wasp Sting. But once you get Sneak Attack, oh boy. It's gonna be beautiful. They get many White Mage spells. I know they get like a bunch of White Mage spells. I didn't know they got Protect. That was one I didn't think of. I didn't know they got that. I trained Thief with Beast Bather +1. Can Thieves use that? I didn't think Thieves could use Beast Bather +1. They can Protect and Shell. I'm mostly looking forward to Flash, then I can keep my Divine Magic, like, up there. Up there, up where the skies are ocean blue. I could be safe and live without a care. Up there. Dagger is pretty useless until dual wield. I think it depends. Shadowstay once used Bee Stinger with End Thunder and it was surprisingly powerful. I wouldn't say it was game breaking, but it was cool watching those bzz, 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 come out. Spirit Fingers. Fingers got me again. It's time for the real game again. I don't count level 1 to 10 as like anything. 1 to 10 is nothing. Now is when the real game begins. Oh, the wax +1, okay. That makes sense. Up there, up where the skies are ocean blue, I could be safe and live without a care. Live without a care. If only I could live up there. I love that movie. It's like the best fucking musical. Alright, buy my crystals. I need money. It's time to see just how much a Beast Bather +1 costs. Please. Not a lot. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Nope. I'm gonna try this. Okay. Well, there goes 15k. Where's Fal's with my money? I need that money. I've got 3 grand. No. My coinage. About a scimitar +1. How much was the scimitar +1? That's the thing. Some items in this game don't make any sense financially. 35k. Like, why? Why would you ever spend 35k on the scimitar +1? I guess it's a status thing, isn't it? It's like, look at me. I've got the scimitar +1. I've made it. Right. What are we going to be replacing? The hat. The harness stays for now. The mittens are going to get changed. I've got cuses. Those are going to get changed. Okay. So. Give me my brass harness for next level. My Royal Footman bandana. Paladin can wear Royal Footman's tunic. It doesn't seem worth it, but it looks cool. Extra agility and intelligence is kind of worthless. Now here's the real question. Do I use the Astral Ring on Paladin? That would cut my HP to like nothing. But I'd have even more MP. I don't know. That doesn't feel worth it. Look at him. He's ready for war. He's ready for war. What have I got now? I've got defense bonus. Provoke. I need a... Do I have an invincible macro? No. I need an invincible macro. How else will I be an overrated TV show? Invincible. I can't spell. There we go. How does Shalastay have that much more health than me? Pardon? Oh, you're level 14. Okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say, I know I'm a Taru and everything, but you're a thief. You shouldn't have that much more HP than me. Level 11 is going to be so sick. Look at that. Oh, look at it. It truly is the nagling of era. Look at that thing. It's disgusting. That's the kind of weapon where I'd look at it and I'd go, okay, everything about it would be fine if it had like a delay of 300. But look at it. It's perfect. I ain't gonna need another sword for 50 levels. Alright. I want to see something real quick. There are coloured eggs and stuff. Coloured eggs are my favourite low-level food. But they're expensive, apparently. What have we got in the tanky items? The bread. Any low-level bread? That's pretty good. Enmity -4 though. Yeah. Look at steel bread! What a food! Carbonara. Nero di Seppia. This is all food I would never dream of buying in my wildest dreams. Shalastay 100% spent all of her money on that brass dagger +1. That's why she has Hume vest and bronze mittens still on. She spent all of her money on that brass dagger +1, you could tell. How much is scale mail? All my money went to the metal knuckles. That's true. Dr. Robotnik built metal knuckles just for you. See, it ain't worth it when I could just wait. Well, then again, it is 1 extra defense, I guess. Technically, it's 1 extra defense over the brass harness, but frankly, that ain't enough for me to spend 4k. Look at this beast. Mirari. Job skill, do you have it? No. Absolutely not. $25k for blind bolts. Look, Eden. What's going on here, Eden? Why are your bolts so expensive? 25k for blind bolts? Is that like 12 sets, or is that just one stack? That better be 12 quivers. $12 sets. Good value. I mean, yeah, technically I guess if it's 1,200 shots, that's not bad value, but at our level, spending 25k on ammunition isn't worth it. Maybe later on, but later on you're gonna be doing fucking acid bolts. Did you check on the price of acid bolts? Why don't you buy yourself some nice bloody bolts? I hear they're really fucking affordable. Alright, boys and girls, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream here just because I'm kind of tired and I still don't feel wonderful. And it's been my 3 hours. My designated minimum of 3 hours. So I'm going to end the stream here, but I'm going to keep playing on Eden. I'll still be playing and stuff. I'm just going to stop the stream so I can stop rambling and giving myself a sore throat. And I'm going to take some Dayquil. And I'll be ready to go, but thanks for hanging out, you guys. I do appreciate it. I like that we got like a little fucking group of regulars swinging in here and there. My little group of guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. It's the weekend, so it's all a bit up in the air for me. Generally speaking, I only stream on the weekends if I'm really fucking bored, because I try and get other stuff done on the weekends. But I'll let you know. Take it easy. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you